Good morning, everyone. It is 5:13. I'm getting ready to launch for the Natural State Kayak Anglers Beaver North tournament. I'm actually excited about today. I hate fishing Beaver North. It's probably my least favorite stop on the entire schedule. I'm just not very good up here. So I've been dreading this event up until a couple days ago. And a couple days ago, I was just driving around looking for ramps, and was looking for ramps mainly because we had a pretty disastrous storm Memorial weekend, and it did a lot of damage up in this area. A lot of people are really struggling and had homes and property destroyed. Just bad situation, limbs down, power lines down everywhere. So a lot of the ramps were not easily accessible. So I was trying to find an area that I could actually physically get to, and decided to try a couple places on Thursday evening and put in, and I found some fish. So I hope that those fish are still where I found them. Back of a pocket that it was pretty loaded. I had caught 3 16s, several smaller fish, and failed to get a hook set on one that looked to be 19-20 inches. So I'm glad I didn't set the hook on that fish, because if it's in the same area, hopefully I didn't sore lip it. So I don't know, have no idea if those fish will still be here, but I feel more confident going into a Beaver North than I normally would because of that, hour or so I spent out on the lake. Guys are thinking it's going to take somewhere, 80 to 85 inches to win this tournament. Thursday night, I could have won this tournament in about 2 hours, I think. So never go pre-fishing on beaver, because it's never the same one day as it is the next. That's my lesson. But I'm hoping 36 hours. Surely that pattern can hold for 36 hours. I sure hope so. So there's 44 of us this morning in this tournament. Again, like I said last time, I'm not going for 15th. I'm not going for 10th. I'm not even going for 5th. I want to win this tournament. That's my only goal. If I don't win, I want to be super happy with 3rd or 5th or even 10th. I'll be happy with that. But I think I've got the fish to win this tournament. So cross our fingers. I'm also the only one that I've seen or heard or anywhere near this launch location. So that's kind of exciting for me, because I enjoy being on my own. So see what happens. It's 5:16, so I can launch right now, but literally there is not a soul within eyesight, so I'm not really in too big of a rush. I do have the fish that I found the other day. I found some of them super shallow up in some bushes and things. I'm not gonna be able to see that real well when I get started, so I'm gonna wait hopefully till a little bit more daylight to start fishing that. But I also found fish behind one specific dock, and literally they were stacked up. The first cast I caught a 16, and there were 3 or 4 more about that size that were following it up. So I'm gonna start on that dock this morning, and hopefully those fish are still there, and hopefully I'll be able to get a bite there. And then there was also a third location, kind of a transition bluff point, that I found 2 casts, two fish left. So hoping that they're still on that bluff line as well, in that transition area. So that's my goal. If I can find those fish, I may not ever leave this 100-yard stretch of an area. That's what I hope. That's not normally the way I fish, but that's what I'm hoping I can do today. So it's gonna be a fun day. I hope it's gonna be beautiful outside. Good luck to everyone else out there. My son Hudson is also fishing his first tournament today. I'm super excited for that. He's fishing in a fly tournament for a fundraiser for the Mayfly Project. So good luck to the smallmouth whisperers, which is Hudson and his partner Bob. Thank you, Bob, for taking him today. Feel terrible that I was not able to do that with him, but this was important for me to do this too. So I'm super excited Hudson's getting to do that. So it's a fly only tournament. So him and Bob will be fly fishing the Kings River today. That's what Hudson loves to do. So they get to use one fly. If they use that fly, they're out of the top tier bracket. So kind of a neat format there. So hopefully they find 5 big smallmouth on the Kings River today. Good luck, Hudson. Hope you do good. Have fun. Share a little bit about the baits I'm going to be using today. So this morning I'm hoping maybe to catch a few schooling fish and pick off a couple easy ones. So for that I'm going to use this popper. I don't even know really honestly what brand that is. It's kind of a bluegill pattern. This one that I always keep in my tackle box. I don't use a popper very much, but right now they don't seem to be biting the whopper plopper as good as I like them to. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit and try to catch. Probably only going to throw that if I see schooling fish, but that's the plan. Going back to this black and blue chatterbait like I fished in the last tournament. So I really probably should be fishing a swim jig in the areas I'm gonna be fishing today. I'm just more confident in that chatterbait. So I don't really know why, but I just like it. I like feeling it. So in those shallow areas, I'm gonna be throwing that black and blue chatterbait. Finesse-wise, I'm gonna be throwing that shaky head again. I'm just throwing this little, it's like a Cinco style bait. Got a little chartreuse on the end. I just like it. I don't know. I'll switch that up off and on if I'm not getting any bites on that one. And one thing I'm gonna try today, there's some mats I'm wanting to fish. I've never done this before, but I'm fishing this Rage Toad, I think it is, Strike King Rage Toad. So I've got that title on. I'm gonna throw that in those thicker mats and hope to get some fish to come up and bite that. Always a fluke, of course. Those are kind of the major baits I'm gonna be throwing today. So good luck, everyone. All right. So this dock was just loaded up in practice, but it only produced this one bite and no fish. Fortunately, it also produced this awesome wedgie video, so yeah, you're welcome on that. But pretty quickly, about 5 minutes in, I decided it was time to head off to my second location, which was these flooded bushes. And this area was only 1.5 feet or so deep, maybe 3 feet at most in some of these areas. And the water level seemed to have come down about 6 inches since when I practiced a couple days earlier. So that was a negative definitely for this area, but I still wanted to fish these bushes real thoroughly, and practice it produced a handful of bites, and I was really hoping to find some fish in this area. Yes, 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 yes. Sucker's 20.5 inches long. He's so skinny, probably doesn't weigh 3 pounds at the most. Thanks, buddy. Fish. Ah, dang it. So at this point, it is 10:30 about, and it's been over 4 hours since I've had a bite. And the only fish I have in the boat is that big 20.5 inch fish. And I had just told myself I have got to do something different. I don't know what I'm gonna do to catch a fish, but I have got to change it up. So I tied on a wacky rig, which I don't like fishing at all, but I had pulled up onto this transition bank. So this is the third area of the 3 that I had found fish in practice, and I had already fished through this area once and had not gotten any bites, but I decided I'm going to try something different this time around. I'm going to fish this wacky rig and just see what happens. I don't like fishing this way, but I just got to do something different at this point. trying to lead the second fish. Oh my gosh, it's been like 4 hours, 4.5 hours since I've caught a fish. 17 inches, like the third cast on stupid, what's it called? What the thing's called? Wacky rig. So it's after 10:30. I only have 2 fish in the boat, but the 2 fish I have are really high quality on a very difficult day. So I know if I can just find 5 fish, I've got a chance in this thing. Alright. 15 inches. I might have figured him out. So weird. It's to about 50 yards on the wacky. I have thrown everything else I can possibly think of. We're down to this stupid thing. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. That's 3. Come on. 2 more. I now have 4 hours to catch 2 fish. So now it's 1:30. Still only have those 3 fish in the boat, and again, it's just time to try something different. Been trying to fish these docks, but I'm fishing the wacky and the Ned rig, and it just seems like I'm not getting the bait down quick enough. So I decided to go back to the shaky head to maybe get down, this is 15-20 feet deep in the deeper parts of these docks, and thought maybe I can get it down there a little faster. And like the things that are going through my head are basically desperation. It's thinking I'm not going to get a limit. There's no chance. I'm gonna just have to be okay with 3 fish, and hopefully big bass will hold up. But also I'm only 28 inches at this point out of first place. So if I can just catch 2 14-inch fish, I got a chance to win this thing. But it felt like that was a long shot at this point. Just getting another bite seemed next to impossible. So after I caught that 14.75-inch spot, I decided I'm just going to shoot every dock that I can find, and surely to goodness I can find a 5th little fish. At this point, a 13.25 would have put me in the lead. Kyle eventually coaled up, so I would have needed a 14.75 to win. But any fish would have, put me way up there. A 12.5 would have given me, put me all the way up to 5th place. So when I catch this little fish right here, you can't believe how excited I was to fill my limit. Even though it was a little bitty fish, I've never been so happy to see a 12.5-inch fish in my life. This puts me all the way up to 5th place at this point. point, I'm in 5th place. A 13-inch fish would move me up all the way up to 3rd. 13.5-inch fish would move me to 2nd. And a 14 3/4 is all I would need to win this tournament, assuming no one else calls in the last 30 minutes. So got 40 minutes to do it. Let's see what happens. So I finished 3rd place this day, which is just a great day, man. It was certainly a grind for me. Only caught 6 fish all day. So to finish 3rd place when you only catch 6 fish, it feels definitely like I got a little bit lucky, I'll be honest. But on the other hand, probably had the fish there to win, and I just didn't quite get it pulled off. So a little disappointed in not winning the tournament, but super happy with the grind and coming out in 3rd place. So, you know, a few things I learned during this tournament. Mainly, I fished my strengths. I went, Beaver North is notoriously very clear, and that's very difficult for me. I found the dirtiest water I could find, and that's where I went and fished, and that's where I had success pre-fishing. And I think if it wasn't for finding that dirty water and pre-fishing, there's no way I would have done real well in this tournament. So I'm very proud of myself for sticking to my strengths. Second thing I learned is I made good adjustments today. I went in with a game plan, and they weren't working real well. The baits and the areas I was fishing just wasn't working. So I adjusted. Caught 4 of my 5 keepers on adjustments that I did not plan on doing. So I'm happy for that. Definitely learned some things there. If I was going to, critique myself, I didn't adjust quickly enough. Definitely should have made some adjustments quicker. I went 3-4 hours without bites, and I should have been doing different things all day long. It was hard for me to adjust that quickly, even though I'm very proud of the grind. I'm very proud that I got there eventually. Maybe if I would have adjusted a little bit quicker, maybe I would have had more time to see if I could call up and win this tournament. But finishing 3rd, man, I'm super happy with that, super proud. Great day, fun day on the water. Congratulations, Kyle. Congratulations, Dwayne, on your 1st and 2nd place finishes. It was a very fun day. I'm very thankful for this group. It's a great group of friends. So congrats, guys. Look forward to the next one. Thanks for watching.